Hi guys, as per the problem statement, we have to create a drop-down menu using React. It's the simple drop-down component according to the image below. So just see the image. It is simple drop-down. So things we have to keep in mind is that on hovering the button, it should show the drop-down item. The drop-down component should receive the item array to display the item in the list. On click of an option in drop-down list, it should close the drop-down. Let's go to our project. The project is compiled successfully. Let's see our app. So this is our React app. So as you can see, we are getting an option, please select an item. As we are clicking on the drop down, we are getting four options: HTML, CSS, Node.js, and data structure. So as we hover to those items, this item we have added CSS to it, so that it glows up and the color changes. Similarly, if you select any one of this, the drop down closes. You can see the arrow button here also changes when we open and close the drop down. Once we open the drop down, it moves towards the upward direction, and once we close the drop down, it moves to the downward direction. So we have added CSS to achieve this functionality. It's a simple app. We'll go to our code to the code. So this is my folder structure. So as you can see, we have app.js, app.css, and index.js. We have not where there is no route or no other thing, so we have not added any component to it. It's just everything we've added in the app.js component. We have imported app.css and app useState. UseState we have used to change the state of the variable when it is changing from one drop down value to the another drop down value. So we have hard coded these values as it was given in a problem statement. So we have given four options with name and value pair. We have used use state for is drop down visible and set drop down visible to change the state. So this is our component heading. We have given drop down. We have added some CSS to it. CSS you can see in this app.css. As I scroll up, app.heading. This is our CSS for the heading thing. Similarly, we have added custom drop-down CSS there. We have added a if condition to get to know whether we are clicking on drop-down or we are closing the drop-down. Upon clicking the drop-down enlarges and all the items in it. We are mapping all the items. As you can see, we are using map function to map all the items in the drop-down. If the drop-down is not visible, we are directly displaying please select an item. So once we go to the app CSS part, we have added few CSS styling to it. Once see, as you can see, the arrow button which is rotating 45-degree. Once we are selecting the drop down, like it's the arrow button is going to the downward direction, so we have added this CSS for that. Similarly, once we are closing the drop down, we have added that to rotate in upward direction by giving minus 135-degree. And rest we have added color to the item holder and drop down item. So it's a simple project, and hope uh, all the functionalities are working. Thank you and bye.